Thanks for joining, everyone. Today we're looking at a Infernoble deck that took second place at the Kissimmee Regionals. Enjoy. You're coming off a top, right? Second place Kissimmee Regionals with Infernobles. Let's see the deck and let's see the combos.
All right, yeah. Infernoble's my favorite deck, and this is one of the best cards in the game. Neo Space Connector, triple Neo Space Connector with one Aqua Dolphin. If you draw this, you basically win the game. People were just hand ripping themselves for me all day. They were ashing the Neo Space Connector, and I was just talancing the other hand trap out of their hand. It's insane. You have to kind of ash it, or you just lose your ash anyways, and 500 damage is free. But that's one of the normal summons of the deck. And then this is the rest of the engine. The other normal summon is Yugioh. This dumps any warrior, fire warrior, or equip. And that's very important for Turpin and to dump Gearfried to get anti-nib combo. This is one of the other cards you use for that combo is Renaud. By far the second best card in the deck. He is a free special summon if you have a fire warrior on board that adds back DDR or any fire warrior from your banished or graveyard or equipped from banished or graveyard. And it's mainly for DDR because your DDR combo is just standard to get extra guys on board. But he also special summons himself as a level 1 tuner, which gets you to your Angelica line. Next up are the one of Infernobles, which is Turpin, one of the best new ones. He just special summons himself as there's equipped from graveyard or from hand. People forget about that effect. And then it's only come up once, but he can turn the monster he's equipped to into a tuner. Only came up once, and it was to turn a Ogier into a tuner with a Renaud that wasn't a tuner. Then we got Oliver. The Infernoble extender that becomes a level 1 tuner, which is also important. You can make this into Angelica before you go into a Soul Day. But it doesn't come up much, but it's targeting protection. You can protect a Soul Day off of, you activate the first effect to add, and they normally don't imperm that because they're smart players. And then you just equip this from your graveyard, and then they either have to imperm before you activate the effect, or they lose their imperm. Ricardetto, I call him Ricardo. It's a joke for my locals, but he's pretty good. He's not summoned as much anymore because of the rank 4 in the extra deck. But he comes up for, you can normal summon to special summon one from your hand to go into Soul Day, or if you need to, banish him from the graveyard to special summon one from hand. And if he's summoned off of a Soul Day, you bring back your level 4, make your Angelica. This card drew me too many ashes in the event. This card will always draw me Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs. On in phase, you would equip this going first. You equip this to Charles and pop it on in phase to shuffle back in 3 cards to draw a card. Always choose Charles Ash Blossom. And then this is the most powerful card in the deck by far. Immortal Gearfried, he is a boss monster by himself. This card non-targeting equips cards and is a monster negate at 3k. Just his summoning condition is banishing a equip from field or graveyard, which you play so many equips. Generic Warrior Extender, level 1 Fire Plant Lady. This does combo off of if you draw the Ricardetto and you need to special summon the level 4 from your graveyard that got impermed. You can banish or tribute this to special Ricardetto to then do the combo if you drew him. And then Red Layer's in here is just a summon a warrior, equip with the equip, and then search. And then my favorite engine for the day was Kashtira Fenrir with Riseheart. It just searches a level 4 warrior fire that then can combo off with the rest of your stuff, and it also just is the most insane card going second for the deck because you just go through an interruption by itself and then normal summon Neo Space Connector and win the game. My round 8 was my only loss of the day, and it was because I didn't know the stats of the extra deck monster for Math Mech, because this one card would have just outed his whole board. I didn't know the 3-mat Math Mech was 2k.
Oh wow.
And then we'll move on. That's all the monsters in the main besides 2 Ash Blossom, but we'll get there once we get to going second cards. But this is the spells, 3 of the field spell. This spell card is not once per turn, not a hard once per turn on either effect. It adds any equip in your deck and then special summons any of your equips your equipped monsters. One of the best cards, that's insane for the deck. I don't know why Konami prints not once per turn field spells. And then we have a card that searches every card in your deck. It searches your equips, your Infernobles, your Noble Arms Museum. It searches them all. It is a once per turn, sadly, but you can't have everything. Then the best equip is Durindal. Durindal searches these cards all search each other basically, because this card searches this card searches this card also searches this. This searches any level 5 or lower fire warrior in your deck. So you can search red layer off of equipping this to your opponent's monster, because it doesn't have to be just your monster. So you can get a special summon of a cyber dragon basically. Almost, this card's strictly in here to add back a banished or in graveyard Gearfried. The same thing with Joyous. Joyous does the same thing. This card also lets you play through Droll if you open it, or if you know your opponent has Droll and you activate Museum. Museum search this gets you through your full combo.
Nice.
One of the best spell or equip spells that isn't an Infernoble card is Angelic Ring. Angelic Ring will negate the first spell card that attempts to resolve, which pairs really well with something in my side deck. But this card just catches people off guard because they don't understand the effect itself. It can negate Super Poly, which they'll then pay cost for. It negates Dropless on Resolution, they pay cost for, things like that.
Were you using this in time as well? A lot of people forget about that.
I never went to time.
Nice.
And the entire day, not one time in time. I 2-0'd all of my opponents until round 5. And I lost 3 of those 4 dice rolls up until that point. I was just going straight through everybody's board. But then this card should be banned at this point. This card's insane. It's just free advantage. Insane card. This was the main ad off of Renaud, because this card just specials back your level 4s to combo even further. It lets you end on your end board of like 5 interruptions with it. And then Reinforcing the Army, the 1-of spell cards that I play, the 2 1-ofs. I drew this in round, I think it was 7 against Vanquish Soul. I went Noble Summon Olgier, they went Activate D-Shifter, I went Called By, and just won the game. Because I also had Talents to look at their hand and rip their other interaction. Talents loves me. And then my Talents, or this is my going second packages basically.
Yep.
It also helps going first with triple tactics and thrust. These are part of the going second package, but this is an insane card going first because, like I said, they were hand looping themselves, they were ash bossing this, and I was talenting away the other one.
Nice.
This went really well in one of my rounds. I went normal summon Neo Space Effect, they went ash, I went cross out ash, summon Aqua Dolphin, rip the Droll out of their hands, and talents the Nib out of their hands.
Oh my gosh.
They got absolutely sacked. And then I play double Imperm, double Ash, and triple Dark Ruler. Dark Ruler was probably the main reason that I didn't lose a single game up until round 5. It's just seeing this card was insane for me. And that's the main deck. It was a 45 card main deck? Yeah, 45 cards. We'll move on to the side deck real quick, or extra deck, which is 2 Isolde. 2 Isolde comes up a lot because they'll imperm the first effect, and I'll just make a second one, continue to combo. 2 Charles, because you end on 2 Charles. This is a spell trap negate plus a pop. And this gets you your Angelic Ring. 2 Angelica, searches your field spell. 1 Roland, 1 Charles. I wanted to play a second Roland, but it didn't come up much. I'll move on to the XYZs. Boguska just sets me up to play through tier board, play through Vanquish Soul board, play through a lot of different boards. And then Dempsey is the card combo to add Renaud.
Nice.
And it's the reason that the deck doesn't need Ricardo as much anymore. And then for the generic links,
Deck's well known.
Is this?
It's not that hard no more.
SP Love Knight's
bro.
insane.
No.
SP did so much work. This card pairs well with something in my extra deck, or side deck. It also stops people when they get into your battle phase because it pops a card on the entrance of battle phase, so it protects my SP Love Knight a lot. And then Appaloosa and Baron.
Nice. And then Obsidian.
I got that happen to me and it did
Keep
not.
passing, bro.
Side deck is 2 Droll, 2 Nib. These are mainly crossout targets for triple crossout and just for going second. And then my extra deck is mainly going second cards of evenly matched because I can't deal with back row very well. Lightning Storms and Harpy's Feather Duster. And then the spiciest card in my extra deck or side deck is Great Shogun Shien and Ika the Flame Buddy. This pairs well with Rattan and Charles because you equip Shogun on end phase after adding this off of the Solde, and Rattan special this on standby phase of my opponent, which specials Shogun from the spell trap, which then Ring negates the resolution of the first spell, and Shogun says they get no more spells. So there's no spells in the entire. They can't get spells their turn.
And then we'll cut it off.
So this is a simple 2-card combo for the deck. This card is easily any card in your deck basically because you have 4 searchers for it. But it's normal summon Neo Space Connector, special summon Aqua Dolphin. Discard any card from your hand to look at your opponent's hand and rip a card. And link into, I believe this is right, let's see, Isolde. Isolde add anyone, so we'll just add this. Then Isolde's effect to send 4. It's important to send Angelic Ring at this point in the combo, because you're going to special summon Ogier. Ogier, send Turpin from deck to grave, and then you're going to special summon Renaud. Renaud's effect to target DDR to add it back to your hand. So then you're going to Synchro Summon for 5, summoning Angelica, and then you're going to attempt to equip Ogier or Turpin, probably Turpin here. So Turpin effect, target Angelica. Angelica's quick effect to trade out for Roland. Adding this off Angelica, sorry I missed a step. On summon of Angelica you add the museum, but off this you dump Gearfried. Activate Museum. Museum effect, search Joyous. Equip Joyous. Effect of Turpin to special summon himself back. Joyous effect, pop itself to add back Gearfried. Then from here you'll Synchro Summon. Turpin will get banished by his own effect into Charles. Equip Roland to Charles. Link for 1 into Emperor Charles. Emperor Charles will then equip this Charles. Use the field spell to special. And then you're going to use Ogier to equip to Charles. Link 1 again into Emperor Charles again, equipping him, Emperor Charles, the actual Infernoble Knight, Emperor Charles. Then you can go into Gearfried by banishing Durindal. Then you can banish 2, add back Phoenix Blade, DDR the Phoenix Blade away, to special summon Turpin back, and then you link 2 into SP, Little Knight. From here, to get an equip to Gearfried, you're just going to banish 2 to get a equip for a monster negate. So any 2 monsters, you can get rid of your light targets just in case they're on any kind of Bastille combo. And then just equip this to Gearfried, so he is a monster negate. He was already a monster negate, but just extra cards to send for it. Then on end phase, you will resolve Angelica to summon back. And then it's resolve this Charles to equip Angelic Ring and Magius from deck. Emperor Charles effect will pop Magius on end phase to shuffle in this, and this to draw a card. And that'll be a random card from your deck. So this was 2 cards, so you'll still have, I want to say, draw one random card, and then you'll have, I believe 2 blanks. No, 3 blanks. So you're able to end on Spell Trap Negate, Monster Negate, Spell Negate that doesn't activate, and the Banish 2, which you can banish any of your guys just to have follow up on your own turn if you need to do that, or banish one of those. And then you also have a non-targeting pop in the form of Roland. Roland is a quick effect to equip during the main phase, and pop 1 card non-targeting Charles will trigger to pop. So you end with 5 cards in hand and a full board through just Neo Space Connector plus Renaud. But Neo Space Connector, or Renaud is also, any of these are also Renaud. Any of these 3 cards that you play 3, 3, 2. So it's like, and you're already playing 2 Renauds in the main deck. I was playing 3 at this event. And so that's 9 copies there, 11 copies of Renaud, so you're going to see Renaud. But yeah, that's the simplest combo for the deck. There's a lot more.
Thanks for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.